What up, y'all? Conscious One coming at you. So we're going to continue with this bitter mother thing, guys. Some of you guys already know my situation with the inheritance and stuff like that. Everything is just working itself out, but we're just going to continue with this whole bitter mother thing because a lot of people want to know, how can a mother do this? Well, I mean, you know, they got movies like Mommy Dearest, which I never seen, but I'm over the emotional part, guys, because I already separated myself emotionally from this wicked family a long time ago. People want to know, how do you separate? How did you separate? I've been separated. I've been emotionally separated. But let's just pick this up, guys.
Emotional neglect is normal. You chose therapy. You chose honesty. You stopped pretending during family gatherings. You called out what was toxic, even if it meant being labeled the disrespectful one. And the moment you broke away from the script, her rage began to simmer. You didn't just heal, you made her feel exposed, because your healing drew attention to the fact that she never addressed hers. While you were in the process of choosing peace, she was busy holding on to her pain like it was her only form of identity. And to someone like her, your freedom isn't just confusing, it's offensive. It makes her feel left behind. She doesn't understand why you don't respond to pain the same way she did. She thinks you're being dramatic, rebellious, too sensitive. But really, you're just refusing to keep normalizing dysfunction.
This is what scares me about marriage, man. Let's say I have successfully emotionally separated myself from this toxic family, and then let's say I find this nice little woman out here, get married, and then all of a sudden I'm dealing with her toxic situation. That's why I'm glad to be single, man. That's why I said, not to sound cruel, that's why I said a few days ago, I said it's kind of better when you get married when you're older, especially if you want peace in your life, because when you get married when you're younger and you get with your spouse, if the people's parents are alive, and let's say you're not the same race or you're not the same religion, or it don't even matter. You could be the same race and same religion, and somebody's parents or step parents will still find a reason not to like. It's like people just like drama, man. People just like to keep up a lot of stuff. It's very few and far in between where you get into a relationship that it ain't some trouble going on, because people are problematic. If you want peace in your life, get married when you're older.
And that's something she never had the courage to do. You've done in a few short years what she avoided her entire life. You faced the wound, you cleaned it, and you refused to pass it on. She's not just bitter at your choices. She's bitter that they reveal she always had one too. Number 3, your joy is an insult to her bitterness. Your joy is loud. Even when you're not trying, it radiates in your smile, your walk, your presence. And for her, that joy is a slap in the face. She doesn't see it as lighthearted or innocent.
How dare you be happy? Man, when Pharrell made that song, Happy, hey, people still bought the record. That was a good-ass song. People mad because you happy, man. Guys, this must be hell, man. I'm still trying to figure out what is this reality I'm living in.
She sees it as a challenge, because to her, happiness wasn't something you earned. It was something you had to suffer for, sacrifice for, bleed for. And even then, you weren't allowed to show it off. So when she sees you laughing freely, loving yourself openly, and choosing joy like it's your birthright, it offends her. Not because you did.
And guys, let's not be mistaken. There are a lot of people in the world that are just like this. I have strangers, guys, that approach me and never seen me before. And they can just tell it's something about me that they don't have. I had a guy in the elevator a few weeks ago question me about my, he was asking me about my work, but he was getting in my energy. It's a lot of situations, guys, where I have to get people out of my energy because they up to no good. A lot of people don't know themselves. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know why they're doing it. And they come across me and they see how calm and relaxed. I don't even got to be smiling. I'm just so calm and relaxed. People got to get in my energy and find out what's going on.
Something wrong, but because you did something she never could. She spent decades learning how to survive, not how to live. Her smile became a mask, not an expression. And somewhere along the way, She forgot what joy even felt like. Now she watches you glow in spaces she used to shrink in. You walk into rooms she never felt good enough to enter.
Joy, yeah, happy, like Joseph Chaplin said, happiness is an illusion. What you want to have is you want to have joy. And the only way you can experience joy is by being grateful, which I don't really like that term grateful because it seems to suggest some type of submission. But we're gonna use the term grateful. You only can get, I would say, contentment. You only get joy from just being content because things can always be worse out here, a whole lot worse. And life is short regardless. It don't matter if you're rich, life's still fucking short. Like, I remember one time Mayweather said, look, I'm rich. Everybody looking at the fact that I'm rich and I'm 50-0, but I'm still taking losses. At this point, I think his uncle was sick. And, all these people talking about his life, and he's just like, I'm not even thinking about my, like, I'm concerned about my uncle. I can't remember his name right now, but he basically like, I'm concerned about my uncle. And you motherfuckers acting like I don't take no losses in life. So what you wanna experience is joy, because you can't, man. When you constantly taking losses in a place like this, man, just throw that happiness shit in the garbage can, for real, for real.
You celebrate yourself in ways she never had permission to, and it burns her. Not because you're arrogant, but because you're free. Her bitterness isn't just rooted in jealousy, it's rooted in regret. Because she once had that same light, but it was dimmed by other people's expectations, by patriarchal pressure, by religious guilt, by unhealed trauma. So now, when she sees you laughing, dancing, living unapologetically, something inside her aches. And instead of admitting that, she attacks you. She finds flaws in your confidence. She mocks your happiness. She tries to shame you back into the cage she built for herself. But what really unsettles her is that your joy didn't come from an easy life. It came from rising out of pain. You earned that peace, and it shows. Your joy is layered with depth, wisdom, and survival. And that's the part she can't compete with, because she's still stuck in the story that joy has to be postponed until suffering is complete. You, however,
Damn, how much suffering you got to do? And the world shouldn't be happy until I'm done suffering. That's crazy.
chose to rewrite that story. You found joy in the ashes, and that makes her feel like she missed her chance. Number 4, you have the courage to confront the monsters. She silenced herself She spent years silencing herself to keep the peace. She made deals with dysfunction. She kept secrets that ate her alive. Also, the family could look stable. The marriage could seem God-ordained. The abuser could stay protected, and the community could avoid shame. She called it survival. She told herself it was strength, but what it really was surrender. Not the holy kind, the kind that gives your power away and never asks for it back. She convinced herself that playing small was wisdom, that staying silent was noble, that looking the other way was love. And for years, that lie helped her sleep at night. But then came you, unafraid, unapologetic, and unwilling to keep pretending. You didn't just question the silence, you broke it. You didn't protect the predator.
That's the thing about having children, guys. One of the reasons I think that the Bible, Jesus talks about, him bringing a sword. I've already accepted that if I have, let's say I have a son, guys, someday. I've already accepted that this individual is going to be better than me. But I want this individual to be better than me. Your offspring's supposed to be better than you. If your offspring not better than you, then how the hell your bloodline's supposed to progress? Would you want to go back? You want to go back and be a Neanderthal or something? I mean, you're supposed to keep progressing. Maybe you can't fly, but your child gonna fly. What you gonna try to do? Cut his wings off? What kind of sense does that make?
Named them. You didn't make excuses for the cycle. You called it what it was. And instead of being proud of you, she turned cold. Because your bravery didn't inspire her, it confronted her. It reminded her of every time she looked the other way, every time she defended the wrong person, every time she swallowed her voice and choked on regret. Your truth pulled skeletons out of closets she nailed shut. Your honesty made her lies obvious. And now, Every time you speak up, she hears it like a mirror shattering. You're not just talking about what happened, you're unintentionally exposing the years she spent enabling it. And that cuts deeper than anything else. Not because you're wrong, but because she knows you're right. And that's the part she can't forgive. Not in you, but in herself. You didn't just break generational curses, you broke the silence that protected them. And that level of courage is something she never found in herself. So instead of facing her own shame, she projects.
Yeah, that gematria is something else, guys, because a few videos back, when the word Anunnaki came under, which was under my name, government name, it said below that, removed all curses. So I have removed, a lot of people are upset with me because I have removed all the curses on my bloodline, which has caused me to be in isolation. But however, don't get it twisted, guys. As I look out here and I look at all at what people do out here and how they're so tribal and all this groupthink and people not take care of their health, and I'm not in any hurry to get out of isolation, guys. Believe me when I tell you that.
It onto you. She calls you rebellious, disrespectful, dramatic. But truthfully, she's just mad that you had the spine to confront what she spent her whole life avoiding. Number 5, you found your voice without asking for her permission. She always thought your voice would come through her.
Man, oh man,
that
oh
you'd
man.
grow into yourself by following her script, her rules, her tone, her timing. She imagined herself as the mentor, the mother figure, the seasoned woman whose approval you'd crave. She believed you'd stay in her shadow until she decided you were ready to step into your own. But what she didn't expect, what she can't stand, is that you stepped into your power without ever needing her permission. You didn't wait for her to validate your decisions. You didn't tiptoe around her insecurities. You didn't play small to protect her sense of superiority. Instead, you spoke loudly, clearly, and on your own terms. You started saying things she didn't dare to say. You started walking in confidence she never had. And suddenly, she wasn't your gatekeeper. She was just another person trying to control a light she couldn't dim. That shook her. Because power to her was something to be rationed, earned, given in crumbs by authority figures. She was taught that confidence in women needed approval first, that it needed to be sweet, palatable, and submissive. So when you showed up fierce, bold, and unapologetically grounded in who you are, it disrupted her entire framework. You skipped the obedience phase. You skipped the flattery. You skipped asking for her hand in your becoming, and that offended her more than anything.
And keep in mind, guys, we're not just talking about a situation where you could be dealing with a bitter parent. We're talking about that most people out here in the world are not comfortable with somebody else being comfortable. Oftentimes tell you guys about somebody in Vegas that told me that I'm too relaxed. But it's crazy though, because when you be watching these old gangster movies, the most relaxed motherfucker, that'd be the most dangerous motherfucker. It's like these people don't watch Saturday morning cartoons. They forgot all their lessons from the cartoons. Then they got older. Okay, now you can watch rated R movies. They forgot the lessons from that shit too. We about to end this shit, y'all.
She confuses your independence with disrespect, but what she really feels is powerlessness. For the first time, she can't control your narrative. She can't mold your identity.
And that's what it's all about, guys. It's funny when you got people out here who can't even control their own lives, but trying to control yours. That's some crazy shit right here. We are, y'all. 14 minutes. We're going to go ahead and end it right here, y'all. Point's been made. I guess Bitter Mother Part 2. I'm just trying to, I got more subscribers. I'm just trying to get people caught up on what's going on. And at the same time, trying to look at this thing objectively without being in my own emotions, because I'm already old already, man. I mean, I got over this stuff a long time ago. People talking about how was it so easy for you to isolate? How was it so easy for you to, motherfucker? You talking to a motherfucker who moved to Cambodia by himself. Does that seem like somebody that has a hard time emotionally disconnecting from anything? That's why I say I got the receipts. You know what I mean? But we're gonna go ahead and cut off here, y'all, and I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.